Saturday, November 23rd, year 2013. Contribution to Pearls and Jam. Just visiting. After a very busy Saturday morning clinic, I went back to the ward to visit a dear friend of mine, a Malay College old boy network, senior to me by a good 10 years. We did Hajj together in the mid-80s. He dying slowly but definitively of cancer, squamous cell carcinoma of the lung. His left lung riddled with tumor masses and inflammatory fluid. His right lung still cancer-free from the look of the chest X-ray. Myself, a week earlier, I thought I was also dying from a viral illness. Funny how little illnesses like this can change one's perspective to life. And once healthy, back in the groove, you think the world is yours. Today I'm still feeling groggy and feeling fuzzy in the head with a tinge of that pregnant feeling, but already on the verge of thinking the world is mine. MashaAllah, this heedlessness, this ghaflah, this feeling of ghaflah, Astaghfirullahalazim. Dr. Ashoka has not put out any referral yet for you to see Yang Mulia Sultan Kahar Budiman, the ward sister, muttered politely, reminding me that I have no business here. No, sister, I'm just an old friend of Yang Mulia. I'm just visiting. Sultan Kahar Budiman, not his real name, of course, in his days could have been better than Sammy Davis Jr. and Matt Monroe put together. A karaoke expert, a live wire at dinner gatherings. When I went into his room, he was standing looking breathless, supported by his children and wife on both sides. He was a shadow of his old self, half the size. His hands and feet are cold and clammy, and he appeared Asian, fierce cash all over his face. I reorganized his bed, made it more upright, and reconfigured it into a Trindy-Lambert position to prevent body slippage, and with the help of the sun got him back to bed. Standing and getting more anxious would not help his poor oxygenation in the lung. I know it would be a matter of time when the doctor in charge would probably put him on intravenous morphine. My friend, I know this is a difficult time for you. It is difficult breathing for you, but you have to really work on your mind to take away your anxiety and ease this real breathing difficulty. This may work if you try hard enough and sabar. Concentrate on Ya Salam, and Ya Salam, or Ya Latif. Think Astaghfirullahalazim, and do a lot of salawat on the Nabi. This will help you immensely. I'm being diplomatic for want of something to say. He needed to be ventilated soon, but for what? To prolong his agony and give his family a false sense of something being done. His time's up. I can see the futility of it all. I know the score. In a few days' time, or at the most even tonight, Sultan Budiman may go into coma due to respiratory failure, may need to be ventilated artificially, but as long as conscious level is still intact, it is critical at this time to be in continuous remembrance. It eases the pain and the fear. Success is a mind game, as the cliche goes. I would venture further from this. From my perspective, life, and even for that matter, even death, is a mind game. If we are in continuous remembrance of him throughout our life, inshallah, even near death, we could still remember him. And the difference is tremendous. It could well be Husnul Khatimah and not Sul Khatimah. Remember, my friends, the evil whisperer at work. As I sadly walked away from his room towards the cafeteria for a late lunch, my memory was drawn to another near-death incident some 6 years back. Then I had a small piece of TOL land in Cyberjaya. I gave permission for Wak Karman from Indonesia to stay FOC on my land while he and his wife worked on a nearby farm owned by a Chinese farmer. He must have been about half my age, but hardship made him look older. Wak Karman, being ambitious, I think, must have borrowed some money from the infamous Aceh Triad, to organize his own farm on some abandoned land in nearby Putrajaya. Putrajaya then was under construction. The long and short of it was that his business venture did not work. His farm was okay, but he could not sell his produce fast enough. His Chinese tauke friend, who now considered him their rival, just pulled the carpet from under him. Vegetables were plenty, but no market. Wak Karman was a dead duck in a week, figuratively and literally speaking. His Aceh connection did not take this too kindly to unfulfilled promise. He could not pay his loan. One morning, the village was rife with the news that Wak Karman was found paralyzed from neck downward, sustained after a fall from a rambutan tree. The tree was at the most part only 8 feet tall. In Serdang Hospital, he was diagnosed to have a clear-cut, precise fracture at the C4, C5 vertebrae, and the CT scan showed clean transection of the spinal cord. From my perspective, a nice place to whack someone really hard from the back with a long wooden thing. It was clear-cut homicide, if he dies, and surely he was going to die. His breathing was labored, his abdomen was distended from retained urine and inability to move his bowel. His young wife knew it, and there was already desus among the small, illegal Indian community in Kampung Meranti about potential candidates taking over the vacuum with his impending demise. The desus were not on just generalities. There was already open discussion on the specifics, whether the new suitor should wait for the 3-month Ida, or whether that was not necessary, since it was common knowledge in the kampung then that the couple was having a hard patch for over 4 months already and has not been together. Such is justice and the nature of things operating at this level of illegal communities here, which not many people knew. They are basic people coming here to earn a muscle here and a morsel here and a morsel there. No time for superficialities and facetiousness of the upper class. Wak Karman was brought home to his Kampung Meranti house to die, and his friends expected him to die fast. Many working days already wasted with them milling around his house. Yasin were read, and prayers have been organized. And he was there in bed, unmoving, but muttering loudly, "Apa ini Tuhan? Apa ini Yasin? Mana ada Tuhan?" And now a different kind and rounds of prayers needed to be organized again. This must be the local jambalang that has gone into him, according to the local communities. Wak Karman was on the whole not religious, as most of them are anyway. But this cannot be him, they surmise, rather collectively. Several kiai came and went home, and they failed. His friends were getting anxious and exasperated. The Indon illegals are a superstitious law, I must say, but they are a close community helping each other in the times of needs. One night, I took time off from my calls and hospital and decided to just pay him a visit. His small heart was full of friends, some milling outside, some reading the Yasin, and most staring into space in despondence. There was an air of total despair that I could sense in that small house, dimly lit by a pelita powered by the old used cooking palm oil. "What? I want you to repeat after me. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah," he shouted. Then we read the Ali class together. After that, without my guide, he did the azan. MashaAllah, everything suddenly became so much brighter. I walked out into the night, and according to my younger brother who stayed back for the night vigil, the illegals unanimously voted and conferred me an automatic honorary kiaiship. I did not have to pay any entrance or membership fee. The next evening, Wak Karman died. During his burial, the local police decided to pay a visit at the local cemetery, and all his friends fled, including all the grave diggers, only leaving the poor imam to read the talqin. May Wak Karman's soul be among the blessed. Ya Mukallibal Qulub, Thabit Qalbi ala dinik. Ya Mukallibal Qulub, Thabit Qalbi ala ta'atik. O the one who changes heart, firm my heart on your religion. O the one who changes heart, Put my heart in your obedience. Till we meet again. Thank you.